regulation? Because to my knowledge, 25 to 27 EU countries are AI regulated. Second question is, are there plans to establish bilateral policy dialogue on digital and creative innovation between the EU and African regional blocs like ECOWAS? Now, regarding financing and inclusion, how can Africa and EU partnerships be structured to support AI-driven startups building tools for content modernization? Thank you very much.
Please, can you stick to one question, please, so that everyone can get a chance and we still need time to respond. One question, please. Take the mic, please, next. So can we move quickly with the mics?
My question is straight to the point on migration. So I'm a PhD student at Northwestern University, and a lot of that is around rhetoric, scalability, governance. And my focus really is, over the last 6 years, more than 60% of African artists have faced at least one rejection within European countries. 45% of those have been given no reason, which a lot of those have to do with, lack of the right documents or reasons that has to do with financing. And so I think, what are each country doing specifically in helping artists and creatives navigate the visa processes, but also migration processes, and how much of that also has to do with, bottom-up deliberative democracies that might be citizens' assemblies, and having creatives actually dictate where the investing goes. And so that's kind of my question as well. Finland is one of the countries in terms of how much they supported easier visa regulations for Nigerians. And so with that, where else can we also put more effort into that, navigating mobility information for creatives on the wider economy?
Thank you. Does anyone want to take this question? We can start with the question. The question around the fintech, the integration into banks and the regulations around the fintech sector. Does anyone want to take on that?
If I heard the question right, let me just try. Issues about fintech, I can give a quick example in Ghana. Ghana has our Apex Bank, called the Bank of Ghana. We have a dedicated department for financial technology, and I think they are doing very well. Yes, we may not be the best, but we are improving, and I think for Ghana now, and issues about, that is why now Ghana, our data, we don't buy data with cash, we buy data with Momo money on your own wallet. As I'm here, I have over, let me say, in dollars, over $1,000 in my wallet here. If I want to buy my data here, I don't need to use any cash, I just use this. If I want to transact anything, I just use it. So it's true, Africa, we are migrating from physical cash to e-cash. That is why in Ghana, most of our activities, we use e-cash to transact. Even banking, you can sit at the comfort of your office or your home to transact banking as it is done in our development world, as we have experienced then, and now we are experiencing it in Ghana. That is the case of Ghana, and I know other African countries are also doing the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone want to take the second? So I think we'll answer one question there from the 3 questions. Which one do you prefer? Just one? Or does anyone want to answer all 3?
Maybe.
Go ahead, yes.
I don't remember to which question exactly I would answer, but maybe it was, I remember one of the points which was important to be touched is the risk of overlapping between the different regulations regarding access to finance through microfinance, banking sector, and I would say that what is really important is to have some kind of continuum of financial solutions from the smallest enterprises to be able to accompany with financial solution, and sometimes also together with technical support, small seeds and really pilot projects to the maturity, to a level of maturity. I would mention maybe a program named Choose Africa. We are supporting through a line of credit and also support to national guichet unique or institutions to provide financial solution to MSMEs, to really small enterprise. This does not mean that for especially really sector which is perceived as the most risky, we don't need a special marketing and products. So I think this is why for CCI and maybe for agriculture or other sector which has unfortunately perceived as more risky than the others, we don't need to have special marketing to really give more security and support also technically the stakeholders, because they need financial education, because they need to have their business models, and their technical and institutional support can be really relevant and important.
Thank you for that. The last question? Or you want to get into that?
Just trying to work out, what we are getting at, especially I think you mentioned artificial intelligence, correct? So yeah, that's an area, where with Minister Tijani, especially here in Nigeria, it's